When you first learn to solve a Rubik's Cube, you initially start by placing the white center on the top and build a white cross by aligning the 4 cross edges to the correct spots. While this is the intuitive way, it's not the fastest if you're willing to transition to CFOP, which is one of the most popular methods used by many cubers. Here's a quick overview of this method. First, create a cross. Next, insert corner edge pairs to build the first 2 layers. Then orient the top side to have the same color. Finally, permeate the last pieces to the correct spots. Now it might look daunting at first, but don't worry, we'll learn the easier version of this method, cutting down to just a few algs. In this first part of this beginner CFOP series, I'll cover simple solutions for the basic cases, so you'll always have a plan for the cross during inspection, along with a few examples and tips at the end of the video. Before we get into the cases, we should ask ourselves, why should we solve the cross on the bottom? When we finish the cross, we are already in a perfect position for the first 2 layers. Moreover, while building the cross, we can inspect more pieces more clearly. Here's a quick tip, always focus on edges with white on them as well as the centers. If you're using a different cross color, treat it as white for this video. Starting with cross pieces on top, if the white sticker faces up, simply align it to the correct center, then bring it down. However, if white faces to the side, we have to move the edge to the side, and we'll solve this a bit differently with a mini algorithm called a sledge. So the cross edge on the right side, do this out, R prime, F, R. We first bring the edge down to the correct center, then F to solve it, and finally restoring the cross piece beneath it. The same approach works on the left side, L, F prime, L prime. Sometimes you may find that you can skip the last move if there isn't one. Moving on to edges in the middle, if the side color matches with the correct center, simply bring it down to the bottom. This should be a walk in the park. However, if it's on an opposite center like red on orange or blue on green, bring it across to red, move it down, and fix the cross. Here's the same case but at a different angle. Move it across the correct center, bring it down, and fix the cross. Similar to the previous tip, remove the last move if there isn't one. Now what if it's not on an opposite center? Figure out where this edge needs to go by looking at the centers. For example, this cross edge has a blue sticker and the front center is green, which means this piece should be at the back. Move the bottom layer clockwise to bring the empty spot, get the edge down, and fix the cross. The same principle applies to the front. Turn the bottom layer counterclockwise, bring the edge down, and undo. Lastly, our edges on the bottom. If the white sticker is next to the white center, simply move it to the correct center. Pretty straightforward. However, this wouldn't work if there's an edge next to it. For example, this orange cross piece next to the red cross piece, matching this piece would put the red cross piece in the wrong spot. Instead, we can move this red cross piece to the top, which gives us one of the first cases I showed earlier. However, if the edge is flipped, move it one spot to either side, and now we get one of the second cases. Alright, let's walk through a few examples to see what our cross solutions should look like. I'll put the Scramble on top to follow along, and make sure to do it on white top, green front orientation. In this first example, I can easily find 2 cross edges in front of me, and the same applies to this slice layer. I'll start by moving the red cross edge to the red center, then I'll focus on solving the orange cross edge. For the blue cross piece that's on the side, I'll turn the bottom layer clockwise to bring the edge down. However, I remember that there's a green cross piece at the back, so I can place this piece in the empty spot at the bottom and align the cross. Here's the next one. So I can easily locate the 4 cross pieces around here. I noticed that a red cross edge is at the bottom, it's flipped, so I'll move it to this side to create one of the second cases. Finally, for the orange cross edge, I could rotate and sledge this piece in, but this can be done at this angle, like this. Okay, last example. So I could create a white cross here, but let's try a different color to see if it works better. Looking at blue, it's slightly better because I can solve the yellow-blue piece across the white-blue piece. Before lining the cross, I'll bring the orange-blue cross piece, which luckily also solved the red-blue edge.